Greg here from 501 Contractor Tips. This is not going to be a tip out of the book, but for those of you who have actually got the book and read it, and maybe read it more than once, and applied some of the principles in, like money management, maybe this coronavirus thing isn't going to be that big of a deal. Today is March 27th, 2020. And we have a coronavirus problem going around the world, and I think we're just at the beginning of this. You know, for those of you who are staying home and not going to work, you know, if you're a contractor and you're doing this, hopefully you have money in the bank. If you have done what I've said in the book, you've saved your money, you have learned to manage your money, and possibly even invested your money wisely, then you're probably going to get through this a little better off than someone who hasn't. I would love to say that we're all going to get through this. I would love to say that if you've, saved your money, you're going to get through this. That's not necessarily true. Reason why I'm making this video here is that I want you to prepare yourself. And again, I don't have a crystal ball, I'm pretty good at looking at the past and then kind of getting an idea what's going to happen in the future. If you, let's just say that you know somebody in your family who's always arguing, and they say, you know what, I don't argue anymore. It's only a matter of time before you're going to get an argument with them again. I'm sorry, this is just the way it is. Things in the past usually happen. They can tell you what's going to happen in the future. I've already seen the prices of certain things increase. So plan on that. Plan on prices of food, items that you need. Plan on these items increasing. Somebody just complained. I just heard someone complaining about paying $7 for a carton of eggs. I just went down and bought some meat today. It used to be $7 a pound. Now it's $9 a pound. So this is only within a month. So it's not, you can't tell me a month from now that meat might not be $25 a pound or even more. So am I telling you to go stock up and do this? No. What I'm telling you, and the main point I want to hammer home here, is that you're not going to be able to listen to everybody on the TV. You're not going to be able to listen to all your friends and believe everything they say. You're going to have to use common sense. And when I say common sense here, I realize that it isn't that common. So let's just get our thinking caps on and try to think realistically. Try to gather the information. If somebody comes on the TV and says, hey, we have enough of these tests, we have masks, they're available at every hospital, we have enough beds. Just yesterday I was watching a show where one of the political leaders in a large country said they're not worried about it. They are not worried about the coronavirus. And as me, I'm not the most intelligent person there is, but I can tell you that I'm pretty good at math. Me and my wife have been watching these numbers start out where they're 5, and then 10, and then 50, and then 200, and then 2,000. I mean, this is nuts. Do not plan on this thing going away in 2 or 3 weeks. I mean, it's not going to happen, And if I was going to suggest who you would listen to people who have a good track record of intelligent conversation, that maybe somebody who's successful in business and other parts of life, just to listen to a government official and believe what they say. I'm sorry, you deserve what you get. If you want to listen to people and you need to be led along blindly, then fine. You're going to get what you deserve out of life. Another thing I'm not happy with is the fact that they're telling people not to go to work anymore. The economic devastation from this, and this is what you got to prepare for. Prepare for hyperinflation, things to go just out of control. And I'm not saying it's going to happen. What I'm telling you is to prepare for it. Be prepared in case it does happen. Hyperinflation, no work, Unemployment rates, they're talking about unemployment rates at 20%. They're going to be a lot higher than that. If they're telling everybody not to go to work, you're going to be talking about 60 to 80%. This is going to be, and who's going to have the money? How are they going to pay for this? If you have the prices of things that are nuts, they're through the roof. You know, if a box of cereal is $25 and it's realistically one day of food for or one breakfast for your family, and you only have $75 in your bank, this isn't that difficult to figure out. Prepare for crime to go up. It's already happening in the city where I live. Just the other day, I think it was yesterday, my wife's nephew got his car broken into, and they took some stuff out of his car's radio and stuff like that. And we're starting to see a lot more crime rate in our area. My wife keeps track of all this stuff, you know, so I don't have to. I get the report though regularly, and she should probably be doing this video here. So I just want you to be prepared as viewers of my channel to, in common sense isn't the right word, think rationally. Prepare yourself for something that you think's not going to happen. Be prepared. If in 2 months this thing is gone, we don't have hyperinflation, cost of goods does not go through the roof, great. If you're not working and you don't have any money, get back to work. You know, I mean, if you can't, I got to find a job, go look for a job. If you're a contractor and you don't have clients that need work done right now, you know, and again, I'm not telling you to do something. What I'm telling you to do, if you have money saved up and you can stay at home and wait this thing out, do it. If you don't have money and you can't wait this thing out, get your butt, get back to work. You know, oh, the government says we can't work. Okay, if the government's not going to pay your bills, then maybe you should think for yourself. Just because the government comes on and says, you know what, we've got an emergency aid. We've got an emergency $2 trillion going through the government right now. You've already seen the government in action. They said, the Treasury Secretary said, they can have these checks out in like 2 or 3 weeks. This is an emergency? This is an emergency and you're going to get stuff out. These are the people you're going to rely on? No, you're going to have to think for yourself. If the government said, quit your job, don't go to work, we're worried about this virus, and we're going to take care of you, we're going to pay all your bills, that's different. Common sense can tell you, you get a check in the mail for $5,000, and they said, we're going to send another check to you next month for $5,000, and you can live on that, then you can stay home. If you get a check for $500 and they want you to stay home and your bills are $2,000, this ought to tell you that you're going to need some more money. And that's kind of what I'm saying. The reason why I wanted to make this video is a couple of things. We've got to think for ourselves. I've tried to shove this through your head in my book. We've got to be able to think. It's not just about you. It's about you and the client and in the business. You know, this thing with the virus, okay, I understand. If you go out, you could get the virus and die. Your family could die. I get it. What's going to be worse? You going out to work, getting the virus and coming home and dying in 2 weeks, you're dead. Or living in a world where there's no more money. There are no more goods. The supply chain has been broken. And the devastation is incredible. They are not thinking this stuff through. I can tell you that right now. We are not. Our government officials are not competent enough to solve this problem. You're going to have to put some thought into it yourself. And I think I'm going to end it right there. I can't really make much, you know. I am not telling you what to do. I am not telling you what not to do. I am just making a suggestion. If you cannot take care of yourself, you have not saved your money up, and you have to go back to work, you know, or if you have a place you can, you know, go live, well, I got it. Figure this thing out. Don't rely on someone else to solve your problem for you. And the economic The world, like I don't think I said this in this video, the world that we live in after this is going to be a lot different. Going to be a lot different. I don't think we're going to be living in the same world. Now, we do have this on video. I've made the video. We can go back and look at it, review it later, a year from now, 6 months from now, and see where I stand. And, you know, and of course, I can always pull the video if it doesn't do good. So you're going to have to save it, record this video so that if I pull it one day, you'll have it. And you'll be able to say, no, this guy's a jerk. He doesn't know what he's talking about. But of course, that's probably not going to happen with me. I can accept the consequences. I haven't pulled out my crystal ball. I'm not telling you something that's going to happen here. I'm not making any predictions that I say for a fact are going to happen. But we've got to do some planning. Do some planning. Put the thinking cap on. And don't rely on someone else to solve your problems.